Peeling back a couple of layers, when you did the Kickstarter, where do you think that went sideways? What went wrong? Why do you feel that you didn't get the amount of funding that you needed, and how would you approach that differently now?
Yeah. So about that, I do think I at the time was like 19 or 20 years old, so I didn't really have any like mental acuity at the time. Not to like say anything about the 19, 20 year olds listening right now. You guys are probably way better than I was back then. But I was expecting at the time that the game shows, performance, all the extra articles, people saying, "Oh, this looks so cool," blah blah blah. I thought that momentum would carry over if we had just done the Kickstarter a month later, which we did, but no, that's not really how it works. Really setting a campaign up before you actually start the campaign is crucial, from what someone who didn't do that can say. So I'd say try to get your fan like early access, or itch.io, different ways to get people to play your game and be interested in it and be willing to put their hard-earned money into your incomplete project, right? That's a tall order, especially if you don't have any like past records. Like if one of the Final Fantasy dudes was like, "Yo, yeah, I just want to make my own Final Fantasy kind of game, give me $50." I'm pretty sure most people would be like, "Oh, hell yeah, take my 50." Right? But for you, if you're 20 years old, or if you're 27 and you just switch like careers, or you're just trying to get into the game industry, you're not going to have as strong of a record as these Final Fantasy monsters or savages in a positive meaning. So I do think getting that campaign going before you actually start the campaign is important. Also, I believe, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about this, but there are sneaky ways to get, I've seen Kickstarters going early on, like having enough money on your own to kind of get people to back the stuff early so that you can say, "Oh, fund it in 20 minutes or fund it in 50 minutes." It's a little sneaky, but if it gets the job done, honestly, it'll bring more attention to your project. And as long as it's kind of realistic looking, like the numbers, like you don't have 5 million put into a $50,000 project in the first day, then I think it has its benefits for sure. So that would be my main advice.